Hey, how you doing? Justin here. Today we are checking out Royals by Lorde, a kind of easy beginner version, I guess, but there's no guitar on the original version anyway, so it's just an arrangement, some stuff that you might like to check out and do. It's actually a pretty easy kind of a tune. The whole first chunk of the song is just based around a D chord, so there's lots of different rhythm ideas you could do. You could do it fingerstyle, you can do just simple strumming. A really good thing about playing along with the beginner song course app here is that you've got the melody and the drums playing along, so it doesn't mean that you have to play too much. Okay, if you're playing it at a party, you want to do something that keeps the rhythm kind of going along. So I'd try to muck around with a few ideas there in the intro so you could get a flavor of some of the things that you might like to try out. But it could be as simple as 3, 4, 1, 2. So it's just playing a D chord and just strumming on 1, do, 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 la, da, 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 da. Okay, so just strumming one strum per chord is something that kind of works on that. Now, at the intro, because it's a D chord for a long time, I kind of feel like I want to do something a little bit more interesting or look for some other ideas. One thing I just really, I found seemed to fit the tune well, and again, it's not on the original recording, it's just something that I heard in my head or whatever I managed to make up. It was just lifting off your first finger while you're holding that D chord. It makes kind of a D11 or a D add 4. It's got a few different names so you could call it, but it's just an interesting sound. You know, you could try adding little finger down on the 3rd fret of the thinner string, so you got a D sus chord as well, but that sounds a little bit more normal. This tune should be a little bit more looking for something a little different, I guess is what you're going for here. So let's just take it through and look at the chords again. Just zip back to the start on my track. So the intro, we just got here a countdown, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we got a bar, 1, 2, 3, 4, da, D, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, D. You can see here it's got a lot of D chords. Just flicking off the first finger if you want. If not, just sticking on the D chord again. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Now in the verse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4 to C. Said verse there, but I meant chorus. Then just G chord. D. D again. To C. Okay, that last time on that last G would be quite usual to hang it, just to play the G and let it ring out. So that sequence there, D, D again, to C, to G. Yeah, that was just using Old Faithful, down, down, up, up, down. So one thing that you might like to try out if you're kind of pushing beyond beginner level is adding a backbeat on beats 2 and 4. It kind of drives the tune a little bit more. And by a backbeat, I mean using the outside part of your hand along with a down strum to get this muted hit, okay? It's something I cover in the intermediate course that you might want to check out. I don't have time to go through the whole technique, but basically use a kind of a down strum motion for the outside part of your hand to touch the strings, and then you do a strum behind it. But with the hitting of the strings against the frets like that with the strum, you should be able to do it without the other hand. So it's not lifting this hand up. That's a different technique. This is, you don't need anything to do the muting for you other than that strumming hand. Okay, so strumming and hitting the hand in at the same time. Now, if you put that on beat 2 and 4, so 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, down, hit, down, hit, down, hit, down, hit. That's 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay, it's just a nice little groove, and you can feel it kind of lifts it up again straight away. So that's the kind of thing you might want to bring in there in that pre-chorus. So you have the verse staying on the D chord, just keeping it real simple, and then when it goes into that pre-chorus, when the chords start changing and you get doing the D chord to the C to the G, you might want to bring that backbeat in. That last G chord, very often you just hang that over and let that ring out while we go into the chorus, which is where we and we'll never be royals. Once we get into the chorus again, you probably want to lift it up a little bit and go for either a more busy rhythm pattern. If you're just sticking to regular strumming, if you're a beginner guitar player, you could just be continuing using down, down, up, down. Your old faithful pattern will work here as well. But if you want to get into doing the backbeat thing, if you're doing the 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, a kind of more advanced version of that is to go down, up, hit, down, hit. Down, up, hit, down, hit. Okay? Down, up, hit, down, hit. That's obviously not a beginner strumming pattern. So if you're a beginner looking at that going, oh, I can't do it, don't be surprised. That would be a normal state of affairs, okay? That kind of pattern is definitely intermediate, or even some intermediate guitar players would be struggling with that a bit. But just take it through again. All of these things are just about doing it slowly. So just because you're a beginner doesn't mean you shouldn't try it. There's not really any danger. You're not going to get hurt, okay? You just might feel frustrated that you can't do it. That's the worst that can happen. So sometimes I think it's not a bad idea to have a go at doing something like that and seeing like how difficult does it feel now, and then you'll remember the achievement that it feels when you can actually do it. You'll go, oh yeah, a few months ago I couldn't do that, you know. So sometimes it's not a bad idea to have a go, and you might surprise yourself and be able to do it. So can really help learning a complicated rhythm like this by doing it really, really super slowly and writing down the count. So I'm going to give it to you now with a count. You probably want to write down first 1 E-ander, 2 E-ander, 3 E-ander, 4 E-ander, which is how we count 16th notes. Again, this is all intermediate level stuff, but beginners, you might want to have a go at doing it. 1, letter E, plus for and then letter A for up. 1 E-ander, 2 E-ander, 3 E-ander, 4 E-ander. And we'd have down on beat 1, then an up on the E after 1, and then hit on 2. 1 E-ander, 2, and then a down strum on the and after 2. 1 E and 2 and 3 E and. So 3 E would be an upstroke and the and would be a down, and then hit on 4. 1 E and 2 and 3 E and 4. 1 E and 2 and 3 E and 4. 1 E and 2 and 3 E and 4. Okay, really, really nice little chord sequence that for kind of driving things along. And especially if you're mixing it up with the verses and keeping it real simple, I think that's a really, really strong way to play this tune. It should work, that kind of arrangement would work great at a party, because you can keep it real simple for the verses, and then when everyone wants to sing it with the royals and join in on the bits that they probably remember from hearing it on the radio, that at that point you're adding in that extra strumming and the backbeat, and it's all like, yeah, it's grooving along. So, it's always worth thinking about. It's different if you're using the backing track in the app. You're a little bit freer, because the drums and the bass are going to be holding down the groove, and you can kind of experiment a little bit with your rhythms. As long as you're keeping in time, it should sound pretty groovy. But playing on your own is a slightly different kind of a thing to be going for there. So look, I really hope you enjoy this. Do go and check out the Beginner Song Course app over on the App Store, the Google Play Store, or the iOS App Store. It's got a free trial, so you can check out the songs and have a bit of a play around. We're adding to it all the time, new features and new songs every month. So hope you'll go and at least have a look at it and see if you dig it or not. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you dig what I do. Remember, there's thousands more free lessons over there on the website, all structured, nice and easy for you to find the stuff that you want at the level that you're playing at. So anyway, I'll see you for plenty more songs and lessons very soon. You take care of yourselves, people. I'll see you later. Bye.